Hello there, my name is Peter. I'm the owner of the company WebAICA. We do web development services. If you are interested in our service, check out our website, webaica.com. We are doing a small tutorial here for the way to add blog posts to a blog module that we developed. And the way that it looks when it's all done, I'll show you one of the websites that is using it. So here's the blog module that is completed. It has on the home page it displays first 3 blog posts, but they are divided into categories. So if we click on a blog post, you'll see that we are taken inside of that specific blog post. But in the breadcrumb navigation menu, you will see that we have blogs. Within the blogs, we have digital projects, and within digital projects, we have satellite technologies. If we go back, we can navigate over to the actual blog by clicking from articles visitor blog, or we can click the blog button. Let's do that. Here you can see different categories that have been created for this specific company. If we click on drones, for example, you can see a list of different articles that are within this specific category. Okay, so this will be a tutorial for mostly my clients who have already, for whom I have created this blog module, and I will teach you how to work with it, how to add different categories, and how to add different blog posts. This is a new website that we're developing. That's the old website that a client had, and this is the new website that we're putting together for the client, and we decided to include the blog module to it. So we're going to look into this website, and we will add categories and different blog modules. So likewise, your installation will be identical, so you'll be able to just follow along this video, and you'll be able to create blog posts fairly fast. Let's get started. So first of all, you will need to log in into the WordPress administration panel. And you should have received login details from me. If you haven't, let me know, and I'll be happy to resend those to you. So when you log in into the WordPress admin, and you can log in to WordPress admin by going to the website. In this specific case, I'm just going to log out. So we start from scratch, from the very beginning. So that's your website, right? To get into WordPress, you go right over here, you type /wp-admin. That's going to redirect you to the login page. You click login. Once again, you'll get the credentials for login from me. If you don't have those, let me know. In order to add posts, we're going to go to the very top and click posts. Over here we have the default post. You might have it, you might not have it. If you don't have it, I have deleted it. But you will need to delete this first initial post. Just click trash. That's it. Let's add a new post. We're going to click button add new. Let's title this blog post 1. Okay. So over here we have an image that we need to add to the blog. The image size is 360 pixels, but by 180 pixels. How do we do that? We're going to go to let's go to a free image website. Free stock photos. Let's go here. So this is more of an African type of website. Let's do images for Africa. Let's select an image. That's a nice image. So you want to see to select images that you can crop in a landscape more type of a way. So I'm using this snipping tool. You can find it over here by searching your Windows. Just start typing snipping tool. You'll get it right here. So we're going to create a new, and you just click and drag like this. You don't have to be exact with dimensions because we're going to crop it later, and then we save it. Now I have already created a bunch of images, so we're just going to name this image 8. Save. Alright, so now that we have images, you can get images from stock photos or other locations. But images are important. Websites that don't have images, they look extremely boring. We're going to go to Adobe Photoshop. That's what I use for image processing. Now, if you do need images, we do that. We do provide images for you if you want to, but that can be a bit more expensive than if you are doing it yourself. Okay, so now we're going to go to client's website. We're going to go to the folder that we selected those images, and we're going to select all of the images. And before we do that, we're going to create new, and then we're going to specify the image size. Remember that the image size is 360 by 180, so we're going to specify 360 by 180. Is that the size? Yeah, 360 by 180. So width is 360, height is 180, resolution is 72. We're going to click create. Make sure that it's pixels, not inches. This will be pixels. Create. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to be adding the images. Previously we selected all of the images. All that we need to do now is to just drag and drop, just like that. And it's going to ask you to confirm. You just click confirm buttons. Just keep clicking the confirm buttons. Okay, now we have a bunch of images. I'm going to navigate over to this this tool over here, and we're going to go image by image, and we're going to make sure that it's scaled properly. So I'm going to click on the very top image over here in the layers, and I'm going to click Ctrl and T. That will allow me to scale the image. So I'm just going to scale it like this. Alright, and then we're going to click the check mark. Then we're going to hide the image by unclicking the eye icon. Then we're going to do the same thing with the next image over here. Same thing, we're just going to scale it to make sure that it fits properly. You can see how fairly fast we can go through that now. And just like that. Almost done, so we have 3 more images to go. 3 more images to go. 2. And that's a nice image. I like images that have photos of nature. They look very nice on the websites. Okay, so we're done. So we have all of the 7 images. Now we're going to export them. To export them, we're going to create a new folder within the same location. Export. So if you want me to do this for you, just send me a zipped up folder with the images that you want me to process, and I'll be happy to process images for you. Again, it does come with a fee. So now we're going to do Control Shift Alt and S. Control Shift Alt and S saves it for web. That's really important because you want to make sure that your images are optimized for web. Okay, so we're going to navigate over to our folder. Where is that folder? It's inside box clients. Here we go. So we're going to name it 1, save. Then we're going to click on the eye icon over here to show the next image, and we simply repeat the process. Okay, that's done. We have now images that we can work with. We're going to close out of the Photoshop. I'm not going to save it. And we have our exported images. And it looks like Photoshop has created a bunch of temporary files, which I'm just going to delete. Shouldn't be doing that. So if anybody from Photoshop or Adobe organization is looking at this video, definitely something to keep a note of. Now we're going to import all of the images that we have just created. Make sure that it is within the export file, because that's where the optimized images are. And we're just going to drag and drop them. See how fast they load? They load that fast because they're optimized for web. Okay, let's use this image. Going to click select. Now in the excerpt, we're just going to get some Latin text from Google. Obviously, when you're going to be building that website, when you not building, where you're going to post yourself, you'll actually write the right excerpt here. And we're going to click publish. Now, I have not talked about link type and categories just yet, because we're going to get through to that point shortly. Okay, so there we go. We refreshed the page and we have our first blog that appeared on the home page. Let's add a couple of more blog posts. So this blog post 1, we're going to just simply click add new. It's going to create a new blog. Blog post 2, again, I'm going to just add some Latin text. Let's do this image. Publish. And one more. Blog post 3. Really like this image here. So blog post 3 was the last blog post that we added, so therefore it's going to show up the very first over here. So that's how it looks. Now on the home page we have a maximum of 3 blog posts that we can display, and your last 3, so your newest 3 blog posts will always be here. Okay, let's go back now and we'll talk about different functionalities that we have. If you see right now, if I click on the blog post, nothing happens. They're not even clickable. The reason for that is because all of the blog posts that we have created, they have a link type set as no link. What happens if we click new post? When we click new post, we have this big area that opens up. So that's where we can actually type out our article. We can even add some videos to it if we want to. For example, add media. Just going to add a picture here. What picture should we use? Let's just find an image. Let's just find an image on internet. image of a mountain. I like this one. Again, your images will be specific to your specific blog post. Just going to crop this like this. Save it. Blog image. Now we're going to keep the same height of the image, but we do need to optimize it for web. So we're just going to quickly open it up on Photoshop. The reason why we optimize for web is to make sure that it loads fast. It reduces the image size. You see this white line? I think it's fine. You can keep it this way. Again, optimize for web. You don't have to optimize for web, but it's a good practice to have this way your website's pages will load faster. Okay, design files, export blog image, and insert into the post. Now see how kind of there's an image and then there's a text. You want to wrap the text around the image, most likely. So putting like this will work great. Then let's add the title, post 1, and we're going to set this as heading 1, like that. Going to click update. So now let's refresh the page. Magically we have learn more button that appeared, and now the post is actually a link, unlike the other posts that are no link. They're set to no link. Let's click the post and see what we see here. There we go. That's the post that we have just created. You can even add videos here, so there is really no limitations in terms of what you can do. Let's go back home. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at the other options that we have. Link type set to internal page. So the internal page is, let's say, contact us page. So maybe you have a webinar. Webinar starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click learn more to send me a message and get a seminar link. So let's say you have a webinar that you want to create, and you don't really need a blog post, an article about it. You just want to let people know that there is a webinar that's going to happen soon. So to display that webinar, to advertise the webinar, you can do it as a latest news post, just like that. And you can redirect a person to your contact page. Now the contact page here is not built yet, so we're working on that right now. But yes, it will take a person to pretty much any page you specify. As you see here, we have selected contact page, but we can select any other page. If you have a very specific landing page for a specific event, it can be a landing page. So there's no limitations in terms of where this can go. And sometimes you want an external website. Let's just go YouTube. We can say here, check out my latest video on YouTube that talks about environment. Same thing, sometimes you don't really want an entire article about the video that you have just created. You just want to advertise it to general public that there is a YouTube video that you put together. So when the person clicks learn more, it will open up a brand new window here, and it will show that specific video for you. So that's how you can use the link type options, you will most likely use commonly new post as the most used link type option, but make sure that you know that there is 4 other options at your disposal that you can take advantage of. So pretty much it's built in such a way that it's versatile. It can accommodate many different types of uses. It's a universal posting module that we put together. Okay, now if we go to blog, let's go to blog. We have rather ugly page. We have uncategorized. When we click on uncategorized, we have all the 3 blog posts that we put together. So how do we fix this? We do that by creating categories. If we navigate to any blog post, you can see that we have categories on the right side. You can create a category here, add category, and let's say this will be social. You can type in any category name and click add new category. So now this post will be inside category of social. I'm going to click update. Another option here is to go to categories on the left side, and you can also create a category within here. We can do that by adding category on the left side here. Let's add the category of politics, just as an example. Category parent, and we're going to click add new category. And let's add one more category. Let's do environment. Add new category. Okay, we have 3 categories. Now we need to add posts to them. Let's go to all posts. So blog 3 is within the, let's set it to environment. Deselect and categorized. Update. Blog post 2 will be politics. Update. All posts. And blog post 1 will be, so we have environment, we have politics, and it's going to be social. Okay, let's have a look. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have environment, which has this blog. We have politics, this one, and we have social, this one. Now, what if you want to have a blog that will have many different, if you want a blog to be within 2 different categories, that is possible as well. Let's create a new blog post, and we use the same image, so let's use a different image. So we're going to add new blog post 4. Again, you can, it doesn't have to be blog post 4, you can type in social change starting today. So it can be any article title that you want. Now we're going to add an image. Let's put an image of this. Select. Now excerpt, we're going to add some Latin text. This can be actually reduced slightly. It's a bit too long, like this. And then we're going to create new post. Again, just a bunch of Latin text here as a placeholder. Alright, so we're going to click within the categories, we will click environment, and we're going to click politics. So now this specific blog post will be will reside within environment and politics categories. Going to click publish. Going to refresh the homepage. You can see that we have this image here, social change starting today. And if we click learn more, we navigate over to the actual blog post. If we click on blog, we will see environment will contain it, as well as the politics. Yeah, because we have set those two check marks right over here. Alright, so that's that. What else do we want to modify? We want to make sure that our blog section has a very nice images. How do we add images right over here? We're going to need to go to categories, and then we're going to go to environment. Let's start with environment. Over here you can see BL0 cat image, so we're going to select an image. So this is environment. No, I don't like the image of dead trees. Let's set this image, an image of a beautiful resort. Alright, so we're going to click update. Let's go back to categories. Let's go to politics. Let's add a new image of politics. Select, update, go back to categories and social. Add image. Let's do this as an image for social. Select, update. Back to categories. Okay, so now we have set 3 images. If we refresh them, there we go. We have 3 images for the blog categories section. Going to click on environment, we'll have environmental posts, politics, we'll have politics posts, and social, we'll have social posts. So that's pretty much how you work with this blog module. On the right side here you have the Twitter feed. Right now it shows posts from me, and that hasn't been updated for a while, as you can see, Webbaker. But once you have your Twitter set up, you let me know, and we're going to go to Twitter feeds. Actually, you can do it yourself. And then up at the very top, I'm not going to show you where because it has my specific passwords. But you go at the very top over here. Once you click Twitter feeds, you click activate your Twitter feed. Basically, you just log into your Twitter through this interface that's up there, and then it will then you can select which specific timeline account you want to use for Twitter. So once you do that, then you'll have your relevant posts over here. If you have problems with getting your Twitter to show up here, let me know, and I'll be happy to guide you through that step. Okay, so what else? I think that's pretty much it. So that's how you work with the blog module. If you have any questions, let me know.